Bowling with the Pfaff.
Bowling with the Pfaff.
Are you ready?
Ready. Your bowling stories.
They found you.
They did.
Stuff's all over.
Every week.
Bowling has picked back up again.
Live.
UW Whitewater.
There it is.
Why the fedora? Do I look good in it?
I think you look great in it.
I want to challenge Skylar Pence.
Mike Hatton.
I'm going to challenge Alec Keplinger.
Let's do this.
Roll 'em.
This is Bowling with the Pfaff.
Well, it is time. It is Thursday night, and we are ready. Welcome to Bowling with the Pfaff, a platform for you to share your unique bowling story live on our YouTube channel. We certainly have a unique one for you tonight on a day that is many things. Juneteenth, it's Bill Chrisman's birthday, the late, great Bill Chrisman. But, and folks are getting in the comments already. Hirsch Bowling, Brian Hirsch says Mason and he are checking in. Great to see. Melanie's already chatting. Hey, Brian and Mason. And Rocky Harrison says, here we go. He's looking for some good stuff tonight, and we will deliver. I can guarantee you that. You know, today is also about one of the greatest in PWBA tour history. And she says that she misses competing professionally, and that, although she doesn't know when, she's determined that she will be back. And we're, of course, talking about the great Shannon O'Keefe. She posted the message on her Facebook page this morning, 2 years after she withdrew from the 2023 U.S. Women's Open. She described balking during her approach in the fourth round and during the first 8 games of match play in the tournament. The next morning during practice, she said she had a full-blown meltdown and that she couldn't form a sentence or slow her brain down and was sobbing. She withdrew from that tournament in 5th place and has not competed on tour since. Now, she says practicing feels good at times, but sometimes during practice, she feels like her feet are in mud and that she wants to stop when the ball is falling from the top of her swing. Despite that, she says she is growing and heading in the right direction, which is, of course, good to hear. O'Keefe appeared on episode 23 4 years ago and discussed motivation and how in her family, working hard was never optional.
You know, there for a while, I followed a lot of people on social media because I just felt like that gave me that little extra push of motivation. And then I started realizing that I don't need an extra push of motivation. My dreams and my desires and what I want is enough for me to keep pushing myself. And so I actually unfollowed quite a few of them because I don't want it to be a distraction. You know, this is my journey. This is my path. This is my career. And I'm not going to get stuck comparing myself to other people.
And you can see that full post on our Facebook group, Bowling with the Pfaff, as I shared it there earlier today. O'Keefe has 15 tour titles, including 3 majors, and Player of the Year awards in 2018, 2019, and 2022. She has also coached the women's teams at McKendree and Jacksonville State University to multiple national championships. She was inducted into the USBC Hall of Fame a couple months ago. She mentioned in the post that she hopes to use this experience to help others someday, and that you never truly know what someone is going through. So choose kindness. It could be their lifeline. And of course, best to her. Hope she is able to keep improving, get back on the lane soon, because we all want to see that. Bowling is certainly better, and the PWBA is certainly better when Shannon O'Keefe shoes up. New Wee Fen was probably as likely to win the U.S. Women's Open coming into Tuesday's final as any of the 4 others in the finals, despite her being the 5 seed. But she turned in an all-time performance on a pattern that none of her opponents broke 190 on. New shot 246, 228, 262, and 290 to easily take the championship and $60,000. That 1026 total is the new record for pinfall in a stepladder since the PWBA Tour relaunch 10 years ago. For New, it is her 5th career PWBA titles. She's got 3 of them this season. It's her second major championship in her career. She's also overtaken Jordan Snodgrass in points this season, which will determine the PWBA Player of the Year. New will bowl multiple international tournaments before returning to the tour for the Tour Championship in August. The PWBA Anniversary Open is the next national tour event. It's the one at Ashwaubenon Bowling Alley in Green Bay, with a televised finals at Green Bay's Resch Center. You can see the finals on Sunday, July 13th, 6 p.m. Wisconsin time on the CBS Sports Network. Well, we've got a live stream, a tournament live stream coming up later on this summer. August 2nd and 3rd is the date of Al and Briley's Golf and Bowl. It'll be live from Owatonna, Minnesota at Spare Time Entertainment. Great center. I've done some live streaming there before. But this field has got some heavy hitters in it. Believe it or not, it's really stacked. It's got some great players from Minnesota, along with guys on the roster like Ryan Barnes. You've got Wesley Lowe, Zach Wilkins, just to name a few. So it will be interesting stuff. And again, August 2nd and 3rd right here on the channel. Looking forward to streaming some tournament action from Owatonna. Don't forget, we do have a merch store, etsy.com/shop/bowlingwiththefefco. You can find t-shirts and hoodies in really any size that you are at that address. Also, Jerry's Score More Bowling Supply inside Wagner's Lanes, Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Give them a call, 715-559-1822, or go to jerryscoremoorbowlingsupply.com. Visionary Video Hub, video with impact, your full-service video production company, complete with live streaming, voiceover, podcasting. Go to visionaryvideohub.com for more. And of course, Chip Magnet Salsa. They've been good to me for years on this program, and they are going to be good to you if you order a 6-pack off of chipmagnetsalsa.com. Just enter the promo code BWTF2025 at checkout. They will give you 25% off that 6-pack order, and there is no limit. Chip Magnet Salsa, raise your snack standards, and a big thank you to all of our sponsors for letting me do what I do and what I love to do, and that is put on this show, this live stream called Bowling with the Fef. Well, our guest tonight insists that the chat ain't it tonight, and that his narratives are way funnier than anything that you could thumb out. Consider that a challenge, Melanie McDaniel. Ryan McDaniel of Crest Hill, Joliet, somewhere in Illinois, is Melanie's husband. But he's also become one of the more recognizable PWBA spouses with his humor, clever social posts, and of course, the outfit called Tiny Human BBQ, which I'm slowly learning a little about as we go here. But we've got Ryan live on our show tonight. RyMac, welcome to Bowling with the Fef.
Check it out. See, Tiny Human BBQ.
There it is.
Hi, everybody.
Great to have you. It was funny because when Melanie came on the show, I kind of hinted, you could have your own, and I'm really glad you took me up on it. We bumped into each other at the Pro-Am at All-Star Weekend, and you said, I'm in. And that was great.
I love it. I'm always willing to talk bowling or barbecue. Barbecue mainly. Okay.
Well, we have a chance to talk both here tonight. We're already loaded up with comments, so let's get into it. Let's see. They're talking about bowling the LBC. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Oh, is that you? You just blushed, or is that Mason?
Sunburn.
Yeah, and Rocky.
Yep.
Look at those rosy cheeks. Yeah. But you're a golfer. Yeah, yep. You're a golfer. That happens.
Exactly.
Yeah. I'm like that too. I go out, I don't tan. I just go straight to the burn. So
I mean, here, let's fix this. Ready? Look at the golf tan we got going on here. Nice and white.
Oh, yeah.
You can't really even tell.
There
tan, but it's white right there.
Yeah, that happens. All right. So let's get kind of the primer for people who aren't aware. Tiny Human BBQ. What is it? How did it become a thing? Why Tiny Human?
All right. So our daughter Rylan, I've always called her the Tiny Human. And then COVID hit. What was that? 2020. Mm-hmm. as a teacher, I got to stay at home and try to educate, and I got really bored. My father-in-law gave me a smoker. Next thing you know, I thought I was making the best ribs and the best pulled pork in the world. I'm like, this is fun. Kept learning. And then we moved, and I just had this desire to want to feed people. Like, I want to keep smoking barbecue. I want to just get more smokers. This is going to be great. Next thing you know, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 smokers on this deck. They're all pellet smokers. And then I've got a trailer smoker and another wood burning smoker and 2 drum smokers in the garage. So we have 8 smokers at the house.
Holy cow.
And I don't eat barbecue joints around here. I don't order pulled pork from restaurants. I don't do any of that stuff because I make it better. I just truly do. I mean, it's kind of like, I feel like that's for everybody though. Like if you make your own food at home, it's probably better, but there's nothing like getting up at 2 a.m., putting a brisket on. The kid wakes up at 5 o'clock. Dad, let me help you. Like, what more can I ask for as a dad that my daughter wants to wake up early and hang out by the smoker, you know?
Yeah.
Man, it's been great.
And if you love it too, I mean, that's the dream.
Well, and I get to sit out here away from her where I am not in trouble. She can't yell at me. Like, she can't say I did anything because I'm out here. Like, nope.
Wow.
We start early. We'll get it going quick.
Coming in hot already. All right. So
look at her comment. Yep, I see it. I did almost burn the house down. Yep. Legitimately, we actually put the house on the market, like, where we talked to the realtor. It was going on the market the next day. Oh geez, now the dog's gonna bark at me. Anyways, and I put the pork butt in at like 5 o'clock. I ran upstairs, gonna go take a shower. Next thing you know, my phone's blaring loud noise at me, telling me it's 400 degrees in the smoker. Get out, there's just fire everywhere. Oops.
Outside of the grill or just contained?
Yeah, it was outside the grill. So my first ever smoker was one of those just electric BS things, you know. Like, I'll be honest, if you buy an electric smoker, you're just wasting your money. Save the money, buy something else.
Yeah,
because it was just garbage. But we survived.
Yeah. Obviously, you're here now. Rocky wants to come over. Does barbecue at the McDaniel house? Is that an option?
I have an open invitation where if people want to come down and they tell me that they're coming, I will. If I'm home, I will gladly make some barbecue, get whatever they want. I mean, most people want pulled pork.
Okay.
Not my favorite in the world because I've had it so much, but I'll do pulled pork. I'll do ribs, brisket, burn ends, whatever you want, honestly.
Sure. And you've got some glowing endorsements here. I mean, Nate Stubler says, I know RyMac is a great guy who can swing it a bit on the golf course and make some great food as well. What's this hashtag Traeger champ? Is that something you know?
I don't know what the hashtag is, but Traeger is a big barbecue company. So they're probably the top of the line, like your top name. They sell at Costco. They sell at Sam's. We've always got the guys out there. I actually don't have a Traeger. Which is, funny. But I mean, when people say, what kind of smoker you got? I don't really tell them because it doesn't matter. Right. Like, go buy a pellet smoker. The smoker doesn't make the food. It's just it's kind of like me with a bowling ball, right? I can throw the same ball as EJ, but I guarantee you I'm not striking like EJ. So sure, it just is what it is.
Yeah, for sure. And then there's the other side of the coin from Sean Walkner, who says, you can let him know that I'm waiting for my invite. I see all his posts and just wait for my invite.
Oh, Sean, I've known that guy forever. He lives too far away now. Like, well, actually, he's probably a little bit closer than he used to be, but he likes to just go to Hooters.
Oh,
that's Sean's thing. He likes to go to Hooters. We've done that quite a few times.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Rocky says, I'll bring some chip magnet salsa and chips.
I'm in. I haven't had this chip magnet salsa yet. So,
Rocky, if you get to the right place in Wisconsin, I'm guessing that's a little closer to me, you can end up with this.
Oh,
that Gunslinger.
I haven't had that either. That looks good though.
Yeah, that's a chip magnet produced barbecue sauce.
I'm all about any hot salsas or barbecue sauce. Let's go.
Yeah, Chip Magnet's got you covered. Melanie says, Sean can get paid with barbecue when I ask all my questions to him in the future.
She talks to him like all the time because Sean's been around so long. Sean's done so much. Like, I feel like people underrate Sean a lot just because he's not in the scene anymore. But the stuff that guy has done for multiple programs for college bowling in general is it cannot go unnoticed. And he is so smart, and he just knows he's like me. He does not sugarcoat anything. He tells you like it is, which is what I love about him.
Yeah. I get that feeling. I mean, I've never met him personally, but we've had enough chats on here and, otherwise to, you get that impression. And plus, when he came on, my connection went down like 3 different times, and he just kept rolling.
That's Sean. He'll do what he needs to do. He gets it.
Yeah. Brian says you should try the mango salsa.
I'm okay with that. I feel like that would go well with some pork.
There you go. Yeah. Got a couple different heat levels of that too. So, plenty of variety there for all your pork needs.
I'm the guy who signs the waiver to get the hot sauces at places. So
okay,
the hotter the better.
All right. Let's kind of get into the bowling part of your story. How'd you get started? Were you in Chicagoland the whole time?
Yeah. So reality is I started when I was 2. I'll try to keep it short, like the early part short. I started bowling when I was 2 years old. My parents went to Joliet Town Country every Monday night. I was there. I bowled the youth leagues. Once I got into like the older youth league, they had an 8:30 and 11:15 squad. I bowled both of them. My dad coached both of them. My mom sat and watched me bowl both of them all throughout. I was probably 13 when that started, maybe 12, 13. I was terrible. I look back, my mom is a hoarder. My dad was a hoarder. I'm a hoarder. Shocker. But you look back and you see your old average is 150, 160 average bowler. My sophomore year of high school, we started a bowling team. Thanks to Brian Valena. You may have heard of that guy. And I did tryouts, right? I'm like, I'm gonna do bowling. I got injured in baseball, couldn't do it anymore, so let's do bowling. Average 160. The coach at the time, his name was Jeff Wyatt. We call him the Angry Hillbilly. He gave me what was called it was a red pro release, I think they were called back in the day.
Oh yeah, yep.
Right after tryouts, he's like, "Here, put this on." Next thing you know, I'm averaging 210. Literally no other thing different than putting on this pro release, and I went from 160 to 210 in a week. So cool. Did high school bowling, right? Obviously, my sophomore, junior, senior year.
And which high school were you at?
Lockport Township.
Okay.
Which is currently where I teach. I just started teaching there 2 years ago.
Okay.
Hooray me. Sad story, I guess, or my traumatizing story of bowling. My senior year, I cost our team a state title. I left a 9-pin on the first shot in the 10th frame, and then I left a 9-pin to get 9 spare, and then I left another 9-pin, and we missed 3rd place by 3 pins, 2nd place by 20 pins, and we wouldn't have gotten first even if I struck out. But I still processed that in my brain of wow, I could have had one of those big trophies. It would have been cool. My dad ended up coaching the bowling team for I don't know. He wasn't the head coach, but he volunteered for the next probably 10 years. They won a state title in 2012, I want to say 2013. Went to college to bowl. I went to 3 schools. If you've talked to Sean Walkner about my college career of bowling, which I hope you didn't, I went everywhere.
So we kind of got into that a little bit. So he was unsure of the order, and I'm thinking it was Northern Illinois, then Whitewater, then St. Ambrose, right?
Yeah. So I spent 3 years at Northern. Sad story again. We don't need to go into detail, but so I was there when the shooting happened.
Oh.
I was actually outside the building when it happened.
Wow.
And after that, I left the school. I was like, I'm done with here. I went to Whitewater because my girlfriend at the time went to Whitewater.
Okay.
Your typical teenage love story. Oh, come to school with me. So I did that. That did not go well. Phil Brylo was actually coaching Whitewater at the time. And that was when you had to sit out a year. You couldn't just transfer and go bowl.
Sure.
So I just helped out. No big deal.
Okay.
Spent a year there. And then St. Ambrose started their bowling program. I heard from some friends who were like, hey, this school's getting a bowling program going. You should talk to them, because they knew I was leaving. Went and met with the coach, with the athletic director. They were super awesome about offering some scholarship money, because I was not paying the $40,000, $50,000 for a private school. And then, next thing you know, I went to Ambrose, graduated. Here we are still bowling occasionally and educating the future people of America, I guess.
Yeah. All right. So back up a little bit. I know you weren't competing on the team because you had to sit that year, but what was Phil like as a coach? I mean, you were around the team a little bit, right?
Yeah. So I went to the practices. I helped out, with some of the paperwork. I mean, hold on, I need a drink for this one. So, the team had hired Phil to like be the coach and do all the paperwork. Cause again, it's a bunch of kids, and college bowling was a little bit different back then. And I say back then, like it was so long ago, but it really wasn't. Like you could actually win money at tournaments. Like the teams could get money.
Yeah.
So we had to fundraise. We had to do all this stuff. Like we did ball raffles. I mean, I don't even know how Phil got them. He got like 50 hammer bowling balls, and we are slinging raffle tickets everywhere we could. We're kids from all over. Buy these, please, yada yada yada. But that was kind of like my first experience, like coaching, right? Like I don't know. Nobody really wanted to listen to me. Like who's this guy? Like he's just a kid on the team that can't bowl. Great, good for him, but you kind of learn like there's a lot that happens on that backside of everything. Again, talking with like about Sean earlier, there's so much that goes unseen that just people don't even realize. Yeah. So that was nice. And what's funny is I actually ended up coaching a whitewater team a couple of times when Sean hosted his tournament, because whitewater would bring 3 or 4 teams. Sure. And they didn't have enough people to coach. So I would coach like a JV2 or a JV3 because I was at Ambrose. And my last year I couldn't bowl. I, used all my eligibility, so I would just hang out.
Okay. Yeah. Rocky says he still has a pro release laying around somewhere there. And that's funny because I used to use one too.
Yeah. It was obviously the greatest thing ever. Like it made me understand bowling. Like it made me understand how to throw a bowling ball, like, oh, this is what it should feel like. Great. Now I know how to strike.
Yeah. I liked it because it dropped my thumb out a little sooner. And
yes,
where it needed to be out. Yeah,
exactly.
Okay. Mason says hello to Rylan.
Oh, how cute. I'm sure Rylan's watching too.
Rocky says $2 Phil is a buddy of his, was just at a bowling tournament last night, and he runs it live on his Facebook page. I'm guessing that's the one, I think, in Burlington.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
I know Phil runs all the different kind of things. He's on the the Wisconsin networks and this and that. I know he's been doing the LBC, so I don't know. Dude, that guy runs around too.
Yeah.
Another guy who doesn't get enough credit.
No doubt. Yeah. He's been a help to me in a couple of situations. And, little known fact, we used to bowl in the same league in like 1998.
Oh, nice.
Gold pins. Remember those?
Ooh, I remember those on TV.
It was a gold pin league. Yeah.
I think I have one somewhere, like the PBA Tour one,
Yeah. I don't think they fell any, it was any more difficult to knock them over than the regular ones, but
still leave a 10 pin.
That's right. You can always leave a 10 pin. Yeah. Jay Santos. Hello, Fef. Hello to you. Glad to see you on the stream here. So I was kind of scrolling through Facebook, and I noticed that you were kind of in a picture at a trios event with a guy named Mike McClure. And so, I asked him about you, and he said that you're way better at bowling than you let on. You will sandbag on how good you are at every chance you can. Why?
Listen, I am not nearly as good as he thinks I am, but I'm the guy who walks into a tournament that's never going to win. I'm never going to win a tournament. I haven't won a tournament since before Rylan. Okay. Like it's been forever, but I'm going to cash. Like I'm bowling Wednesday nights, correct? Like I bowl in a sports shot league. It's a different shot every week. We move pairs every game. I'm still averaging 200 and I don't practice. I bowled maybe 30 games in league this year because bowling is simple. Like you just grab your ball, you look at ball reaction, you throw it. But I'm never going to strike like guys like McCune. I have to bowl Kevin McCune every time I walk into a tournament. I'm sorry, must be rough for me. Yeah, great. Oh, let me remind you, Benji Martinez bowls all the tournaments out here.
Oh,
who else? I'm trying to think of who else shows up to these things. Eugene McCune still bowls. Like
AJ or
AJ doesn't really bowl a lot of our tournaments around here. Just A because he's never around, but B, he's up in Wisconsin now. But like Chris Prather's been in our tournaments. Like, Strike and Spare hosts the Will County Open, they call it. Now it's the Strike and Spare Open, but they do it right before the Chicagoland tournament for the PBA guys.
Okay.
Cool. Let me bowl with Butters. Let me bowl with, it's all that stuff, but I still cash because I know how to grind out And to be fair, McClure and I have made some decent money bowling doubles.
Okay.
I like to bowl doubles with him. Him and I think alike on the bowling, like on the approach, so it works out for us.
Yeah. You know, I love how you describe that, though. You grab your ball, you look for the right ball reaction, and you throw it. That's it.
Yeah.
Do you think
there's nothing else to it?
Is that a big problem for the rest of us? Do we overthink this game too much?
Yes,
Yeah.
100%. Like, and it's not even overthinking; it's just not thinking correctly. Sorry, Melanie. She's bowling on 50 feet of oil, and she's got her eye on max, and she hits it with 500, and she goes, "Well, it didn't hook." I'm like, no, it hooked. Just hooked at the arrows, and then because it's 50 feet, it just skids 85 feet down the lane, and then comes back to you. Like, it's 50 feet of oil. You need to let it hook in the last part of that lane. Like, it's got to pick up more in the middle at the end, and then hook. Like, just again, teaching what I coach with the high school kids, right? So, like, we talked a little bit earlier, urethane. You don't need urethane on everything. Like, I get no better pleasure than going to league and a team's throwing urethane, and I'm not bringing urethane to league, and then I shoot 740, 750. Why? Because they create hold.
Yep.
And if you give me hold, I'm going to strike a ton. If you take away my hold, I'm probably not going to strike a lot. But because they're throwing urethane like in the track area, which thanks, just go right around it, and oh, thank you. Now I strike for days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is true.
It's a simple game.
Yeah. M2 Visuals says our area has such loaded fields, and I'm guessing he's referring to Chicagoland because
I can't even go. Like, it's so crazy. Like, if you go into Chicago, like actual Chicago, I'm burbs, right? Like, we're way down here. But I mean, there's some guys that people don't even know that, you know, they're averaging 240, 250 on the China, and that's what they bowl on up there, which is fine. Like, good for them. They know how to strike. Like, I do not strike that much. I just don't have the carry. I don't have the ball speed. I don't have the rev rate, because that's what you need to strike a lot on the house shot. Clearly, Liu Wei Finn, she's got plenty of rev rate, but she doesn't have that super high rev rate. But she proved that she can average 250 on something hard just by being good.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, she killed it. Okay, Melanie says, hey, I'm better than that now. Way to bring up the past. But she also says, I haven't hit any of my storm reactive balls with a 500 pad.
That's not true, because I'm pretty sure I just saw her last night use like a 220, or I handed her a 500 pad last night for her pitch black and her level I beat her by like 100 pins on a 38-foot pattern. I beat her on a pattern that was under 40 feet. Let that sink in.
Oh my gosh. Oh, she said reactive.
Whatever you hit, whatever. It doesn't matter. Level is reactive, isn't it? I don't know. I don't know about all the bowling balls.
I
don't
know. I don't know. So anyway, McClure also said he's damn good at cooking too. Tiny Human Barbecue is 7 out of 7. Do recommend. And I said, okay, but wouldn't it be 10 out of 10? And he said 7 scale because there are 7 days in a week and would eat all 7.
I love that guy. If you haven't met Mike McClure, he is one of the most genuine, humble people in the world. He's super nice, just constant respect for everybody. You know, I would bowl with him any day of the week. He's been up here multiple times to eat food. Him and our buddy Grant will come up, and you know, they'll order food, and I'm like, just pay for the meat, man. Like, take it and go enjoy. So I just want to have some beers and hang out and shoot the shit.
Yeah,
because that's what it's really about for me.
Yeah, and of course, a ringing endorsement there. She says that was urethane. Wait, Ryan maintains.
No. I do not. I don't even bring her bowling balls outside or inside usually.
Yeah, she says no. You won't do that for me.
Nope.
And you're welcome for introducing you to Mike.
That is true. I did not know Mike before Melanie.
Okay, fair enough. So, okay, you may not, be the regular ball maintenance person, but you've got advice for her, and it seems like this is usually what you say. What's the deal with that? Move left.
Moving left is because she is so straight, right? And everybody else with the higher rev rate than her starts with like a 1. She's like 195, maybe 220 if she gets, some hand into it occasionally. Okay. She likes to stay right. Well, the problem with staying right is every pair is blown open, and now she has no hold because everybody's left of her. And what did I just talk about? You find the hold, you're going to strike more because the minute she misses a pinch left, the ball goes right through the face. It never goes Brooklyn. It just goes right through the face because she's on that line. So I always tell her, you have to move left. And then it also comes from bowling out here with, like, in our local area. It is who can get in the left gutter the quickest and who can absolutely yam on it to get the 10 pin this carry. Because, again, lower rev rate, it's hard to move left and get 10 to fall. Yeah. But I always tell her, she likes to move like 3 and 2 or 2 and 1. And I'm like, no, it's a 5 and 3. It's an 8 and 5. You got to move zones because the people have already played the spot that you're about to move into. So you got to skip that one and go to the next one. But it's scary, right? For anybody. When I teach the high school, it's like, wait, you want me to move 10 boards left? I'm like, you just took, like, you went through the 2-4-7 on your first shot. It's time to move way over there. Like, you gotta.
Yeah, you gotta. But I get it. I mean, you don't want to get so far left that you're, leaving 5/8 in the pocket.
I would rather leave the 5/8 in the pocket than go through the face and get 6. Again, like, because you're already probably missed. You already went through the face and split. Oh, I'll move 2 and 1 or I'll move 3 and 2. Well, guess what? You went from big 4 to 4-9. Congrats. Now you wasted 2 frames, and you just can't do that on a tour pattern when you're not striking a lot.
Yeah, for sure. All right. So Melanie says, I took a big step left in Cleveland this year. I don't even know how many.
I never know how many either. I get up there and I go, okay, I got a step left. Great. Whatever that is. Maybe it's 5, maybe it's 6. I don't know. Yeah. You got it. You know where the break point is. How do I get my ball to that break point? Because the break point isn't changing much. It's just how you get to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
Brian says there needs to be a bet when you come and bowl the PBA LBC between you and Double M.
She kicked my butt last year. Dude, listen, I'm going to be real honest. I give her a ton of crap, ton of shit, tons. She gets mad at me, and people know this.
Yeah.
But watching that show last year, she just put on a striking clinic. Like, she got to I don't even know how she shot to. I don't even remember what the last game was. I really don't remember. I know I shot 150 and I had 0 ball reaction, and she kept just striking away and she almost made the show. She got 3rd. Like, it was fun to watch.
Yeah, I bet.
Also, I don't like that house because there was no slide.
Oh, like the approach?
It was humid. I planned it for 6 games. I'm a little too fat to be doing that.
I'm with you there. All right, so I got to ask, what's this? Hand versus table?
That's from her, isn't it?
No, it's not.
Oh, it's from somebody else?
Yeah.
So anyways, we were actually bowling doubles together, Melanie and I, which is unusual. We don't bowl a lot of tournaments together because she's so competitive, and I'm there to hang out and play the slot machines.
Okay.
Anyways, we're bowling really good, like in the doubles event, like, I don't know, probably both averaging 230, whatever. And in the 10th frame of like the second game, I whiffed a 3-6-10, which shocker, because the 3-6-10, I may as well leave a 7-10. Let's be clear. I went back to the table and I did one of these. I was like, boom, like this on the table. It didn't move, and I broke. I gotta make sure I don't drop my computer. I broke my hand right here.
Oh my gosh!
The bone split. And I just looked at it and I go, I'm pretty sure I just broke my hand, but I'll survive. It was fine. Like, I bowled 4 more games because we had singles after double. So I finished game 3, bowled, whatever. It's my left hand. Who cares, right?
Oh, your left hand. Okay.
It was my left hand, not my right hand. I've learned that a long time ago. Don't punch things with your right hand.
That's right.
But whatever. So I got done. My hand, it looked bruised. No big deal. I went home. I took some meds. Went to work the next 3 days, picking up my cup. Like, it was just fine. Like, I just didn't use my pinky. Like, it was like this, right? And then I woke up like the one day and it was like purple and green. And I'm like, probably go to the doctor. The lady clicks the picture and she's like, yeah, you snapped your bone in half. I'm like, cool, let's get that fixed.
Oh my gosh.
Oops. Haven't punched a thing since.
I believe it. How long did it take to recover?
So I ended up having surgery. Because, of course, my first question, this was in February when it happened. My first question to the doctor is, how fast can I play golf? Because in April is like golf is coming. Like, it's the very end of February. He's like, well, if we just let it, he thought it could just grow back together. He's like, that's, 8 to 10 weeks. He goes, if we go in and do surgery and put like a metal rod in, he goes, you will probably be fine in 4 to 6. Signed me up for surgery. I was in surgery 2 days later. And I mean, I can move it back and forth, nothing. Like, it's all good.
Yeah.
Modern medicine.
She claims you're turning red.
No, I'm just sunburnt, and the way this light is
already red.
Yeah. Again, I have to work outside coaching golf all week, and it's 95 degrees here. So
okay. And so you're coaching high school bowling, you're coaching golf, and this is all kind of, wrapped into the time you have left after teaching and barbecue. You're a busy guy.
Yeah, I mean, we're a busy family. I mean, here, ready? Here, I've been waiting for that kind of comment. This is what my wife and I are. We are roomies. My favorite Diet Coke. I saved this for this video. And it's nothing against what we do. It's literally who we are. Like, my daughter gets dropped off at school at like 7 a.m. We pick her up around 5:30, 6 o'clock during the school year because I'm coaching, she's coaching. And I coach from August. Actually, I'm technically coaching right now for our golf team. We have camp. And then I'll coach from August all the way through February. And then I'm off. Like, thank God, because I need a break. But I mean, with her coaching college, she's doing, recruiting when she can, yada, yada. And that just goes throughout the year. And of course I would. But I love it. Like, I hate sitting at home doing nothing. I'd rather go fishing. Let's go to the golf course. Let's go. I mean, rarely does it get, let's go to the bowling alley. But if it's like a bad night, sure, let's go to the bowling alley. Like, I don't want to sit at home.
Yeah. So, for those who, aren't quite understanding this, Melanie isn't away somewhere. She's right there at the house.
She's literally like, I can see her through the door.
Yeah.
I'm out here and I have a way to get back in. The reason I'm not downstairs is because I don't have a way to open that door if she locks me down there.
Ah, okay.
So I am in a safe position where I can get back into the house.
Okay. But what about the back and forth here? I never really tried to get to the bottom of that when she was on, but how come? I mean, it's funny for us. Is it funny for you?
It's hilarious for me. I'm sure, she tells me all the time, you're just mean and you shouldn't treat me that way. And I go, listen, this isn't, what's that love story that everybody likes to watch the girls love? The Notebook. Like, this isn't any of those love stories on Lifetime or anything. I'm like, this is real life.
I forgot.
Uh-oh. She could lock me out.
The spam collector.
Oh, of course, I get those all the time. But the reality is, I said this to many people, and like, if I'm a sarcastic asshole, that's who I am. I get that from my father, and everybody loved him, so I try to be like him.
Yeah.
She just locked the door. Like, I don't have a way to open the garage,
Uh-oh.
and I don't have my keys. Whatever.
Well, hey, Jay's got an idea here.
Oh, none for her. But I tell people like this: if I'm not joking around with you and giving you shit, that means I don't like you.
Yep.
Because I'm nice to the people that I don't like overly nice. Now, if I've just met you or we don't chat a lot, of course I'm gonna be nice to you, cordial, because that's human nature to be nice.
Yeah.
But like the people I really don't like,
take yet.
Yeah, of course. Like the people that I really don't like. Oh, geez, sorry for the Sunday. I'm moving. I mean, I will walk up, shake your hand, say, hey, how you doing? Hope you're doing great. Like, and in the back of my mind, I'm like, I want to punch you in the mouth. There's not many of those out there, which is great.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's a few in the bowling world that I do not agree with them and do not like them. But yeah, for me, I have to give my friends shit. I mean, you can ask McClure, my father. I give my father-in-law crap.
Yeah.
Like, and I'm not afraid of him, even though he's a retired Navy veteran of 20-something years. I tell him like it is. I'm like, listen, not sugarcoating things just because you could kill me in a million different ways. I'm not afraid of you. And in my job, like, I don't know if people really know what I do. I work with behavioral children in the high school, and it's not regular education. Like, it's not. People, like, when you see the gangbangers and the drug dealers and stuff, those are the kids I work with. If I'm nice to them, that's not going to end well for my day.
Sure.
I have kids walk up and be like, F you, Mr. McDaniel. And I go, yeah, that's right. F me. Go ahead. Like, sure. I just look at them. I'm like, really? What are you going to do?
Yeah.
and you'll get the kids like, "Well, I'll fuck you up," and I'm like, "No, you won't. Go sit down." Like I have to be sarcastic and play along into stuff. So it's what I do every day.
Sure.
It's just life.
Does Tiny Human have any kind of overseas service? Because Hosan is here and he said he heard there was BBQ.
I would love to have some overseas service to Hosan, but I don't think that would end well. But I have told him, like, you show up in Chicago, I may not blow your world because I don't know what kind of barbecue he's ever had. They have Korean barbecue, which is not what I cook.
Okay.
But I will gladly host Hosan for some barbecue. I've never met him in person. My wife has hung out with him many times.
Okay.
Like when he came, he was there for the awards thing. Oh my God, Hall of Fame. It's all good. He can show up whenever he wants.
Man, I don't want to guess what time of day he's at right now. So thank you, Hosan, for being live with us. Because
I think they're like 9 hours, right?
I don't know.
I think it's 9 or 10.
Maybe you can tell us. Yeah. Rocky says, Rye is just like me. I'll be nice to you, but if you are a D-bag, then I won't say anything to you.
Yeah, I try to avoid. I mean, legitimately, there is a proprietor in our area that our high school has to go to one tournament a year, and I don't even talk to him.
Yeah.
Like, I don't speak to him. I try not to look his way. It's just, we are oil and water on how we see things, and we both know it, which is great, right? Like, it started years ago, and we both kind of went at it a couple times, and now that we've both gotten older, we've just matured enough to like, hey, I'm here for the kids. I'm leaving you alone. You leave me alone. Not here to do anything at your establishment other than coach these kids and give them the opportunity, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah. I mean, it's when it comes down to it, I think what you're saying is just,
Yep.
Yeah.
One of the best shirts I own.
I mean,
don't be an asshat.
Yeah. There's the moral to the story right there.
I love that photo and I love that shirt. I should have wore that tonight.
Well, Hosan says it's 8:41 a.m. where he is.
Okay.
But Rocky claims he's coming to the LBC next Saturday.
He has been talking. He's bowling with the CTD squad is going on, I think, next weekend. That Ron's group.
Yep.
I think they bowl at 2, but Rocky said he's going to come up and watch us bowl at 9 because for some reason we're bowling at 9 a.m. Which is fine. Let's be clear. I'd rather bowl at 9 than 2, but like really, it's an hour and a half drive. Like,
early morning.
Energy drinks.
Yep. A little coffee. Yeah. Jay says he's a fan of Santa Maria style tri-tip barbecue.
Nice.
So what's the difference in some of these? You said you don't do Korean.
Yeah. So Santa Maria, I'm assuming he's talking about the grill. A Santa Maria grill is one that can go up and down. It's got like a pulley system. You crank it up, like you can put it right on the fire.
Okay.
Or you can raise it way up high so it's just getting some smoke. That's just normal. It's like a grill smoker. You can do whatever kind of the hell you want. They're expensive because they're not. That's not a commercially used piece of equipment. That is a very specialized kind of grill. I don't have one of those.
Okay.
Not enough people want that around here. Tri-tip is way too expensive in our area. It's like $9.99 a pound.
Sure.
Like, no thanks.
Yeah, it is. I had never had it until going to South Point.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that was just last year. So
yeah, I mean, I love a good tri-tip steak. Like a lot of people want to do tri-tip like brisket now because everybody wants to cook everything like a brisket. I did that. That was trash. 125 to 130 to temperature. Eat it like a steak. Blue is better than anything in my opinion.
Okay.
So
Melanie said she had nothing to do with that, and I'm a little lost on where we were with that.
I'm assuming it's probably the 9 a.m. bowling.
The 9 a.m. bowling. Yeah.
Which I would much rather bowl early than late. It's like golf. I'd rather be the golf course at the crack of the sunlight and get done by 8 o'clock so I can go do whatever the hell I want later.
Yep.
Like,
and that's what Brian said. The 9 a.m. the approaches will be nicer since there won't be the body heat from the previous squat. So you got that working for you.
Well, and so that's how last year worked. We bowled early, and the first game I was great, and then it just getting tackier and tackier, and I don't slide a lot anyways, but I need a little bit. And then once I start sticking, it gets like it's funny. You brought up O'Keefe earlier. Yeah. I know what she's going through. Like, if there are times where like if you can't slide, you got to figure out what I got to do. Granted, what I've dealt with is nowhere near the magnitude of what she's talking about. But I've learned over the last couple of years, like the minute I stick, don't even try to slide anymore because I don't make good shots because I'm worried about, am I going to stick or am I going to slide? I just start planting. Like last night, I slid game 1. I stuck on a shot in game 2. And next thing you know, I just started planting. Like it's easier that way.
Yep. Painful sometimes, but
it just makes you go slower.
Yeah. You don't have to think about, am I going to slide on this shot or not? And
right. Yeah. Less thinking.
Yeah. Chris Pulliam told me the first time I sent him a birthday wish congratulating him on surviving another trip around the sun, his response was, luckily, Melanie McDaniel hasn't ended me yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm lucky every day that I wake up. Let's be really honest. It's kind of nice when she's gone. I know I'm going to wake up because I'm not in trouble. She can't do anything silly. She watches a lot of those crime scene shows.
Oh, yep.
You know, and she watches how to do, you know, you learn all the little tricks and stuff. And let's be clear, she is a saint to put up with my antics. But they always say you marry your mother or whatever's the saying, right? Like my mother put up with my father for however long. Oh my God, I don't even know how long they were married nowadays because it was a long time. My father passed. It'll be 3 years in December. And she put up with all his antics. And I am him. Like when I say I am him, that means my father. I'm actually getting a tattoo coming up soon of his name right here.
Oh, all right. So, you know, Pulliam also said the truth is that the guy is a total jackass, or so he'd like you to believe. But you know deep down that if you need him, he's going to have your back.
He ain't wrong.
Yeah.
He's not wrong at all. I said I'm a sarcastic asshole at all times to my own daughter. I mean, I don't even talk to certain people, and I'm not saying who they are because they give me a hard time about how I am with my daughter, and I'm hard on her. She's 8. But I mean, when she gives me the no, I'm not doing this, it's an absolutely not. You're not giving me that attitude right now. Like that's not how I am. I wasn't raised that way. I was raised to respect elders. I was raised to speak your mind, and I was raised never ever talk back to your parents. So it just doesn't happen, you know. And I firmly believe in making people laugh. And if I got to be a jackass to do it, like the class clown, right? Like that's what it is. That's fine. But he's not wrong. Like when people need something, hey, dude, whatever. I got you. Like we've had some of our friends get kicked out of their apartment out of nowhere. Like, you know, the apartment got sold. They had 10 or was it 14 days to move out or something like that. I'm like, dude, come on over. Like, come hang out. They lived with us for, you know, a couple months and then they finally got a new apartment. Like, it's what you do. It's called humanity. Be nice to people.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. No, it's, I mean, great point. You know, and I get the feeling Chris would know. At least he sounds like this is the voice of experience here. I
mean, we banter back and forth. I don't know that we've ever had a nice, mutually nice conversation. Even when we bowled LBC, like, I don't even think we talked that much. Like we bowl on the team. It's me and Melanie, Larry, H Hong, right, and Chris Pulliam. We bowled together last year, and I won't lie, I don't know that I talked much not because I didn't want to talk to them, but as I mentioned, I was watching the show.
Yeah,
I mean, it was an absolute strike show from Melanie.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was striking too. Like I think I had 720 the first 3, something like that, and then I don't know. I became my normal bowler. Like, oh, here's a 10 pin. Oh, you whiff that, great. Now you suck and shoot 212 when you needed 240. You're done. You know, like, because I don't care. Like, I didn't bowl good. I was done. But watching her, I don't know. I didn't talk to many people. But then we went and got pizza, laughed. You know, I don't know. He's a good guy. I love him. He gives me shit just like I give him shit.
And that's got to be a great team. I mean, it just sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's a reason I'm doing it again.
Yeah,
let's put it that way, right? Like if I didn't have fun, I wouldn't be going.
Sure,
because I can go play golf.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Rocky Harrison says RyMac is definitely a great coach and great motivator for Melanie. He is always there cheering her on, whether in the center or at home. Just an awesome guy to be around too, never in a bad mood and always willing to conversate with anyone. So I guess we kind of maybe we poked some holes in that theory. Not everyone gets to talk to you, but
not everybody.
Yeah, but for the most part, I mean, there you go. How do you motivate Melanie?
I wish I knew. I try to be. I just try to be a supportive husband. Like her and I, we are not. It's not a perfect marriage, right? No marriage is perfect. I don't care what anybody says. We argue, we fight, and 98% of the time it is about bowling. We are the bowling nerds that sit at home. We talk about her PWBA stuff. We talk about the college stuff. We talk about my high school stuff. We talk about bowling balls. We talk about should she get this bowling ball or yada yada, right? But at the end of the day, no matter how well she's doing, no matter how poorly she's doing, I'm still a husband. And it is very difficult to separate those things sometimes. There's a lot of conversations where I have to be, hey, I'm saying this as your husband. And then it's, hey, I'm saying this as a bowling fan and coach. Because they're two different things. And it really took her a long time to kind of get over that. Like that I'm telling you as a coach, not as your husband, because you hear them differently and you feel differently about them. For 3 years, I told her you needed to put a wrist brace on. And no, I don't. No, I don't. I'm fine. She puts a wrist brace on. She cashes in one thing, then she makes a show, and then she made her second show last year. Yeah, like I kind of know what I'm talking about. I may not say it in the correct way that you want to hear, especially her, but I'm telling you because if you do good, that means I get new smokers or new golf clubs, or we go to Disney or we go to Milwaukee. Like, I always try to put it to her this way. I go, why would I tell you something that makes you do worse?
Yep.
Because that's just money out of our account that I want to see come back in.
Yeah.
But I try. And I mean, it's hard. Like, I'll even be honest. It's super hard as the husband to sit here and watch on TV because the women can't be on their phones. They can't have any electronics. And I just want to be like, you're 5 right of where you need to be, or that ball's wrong, or even like give the pep talk of like, hey, you shot 190. It was a great game. You didn't carry, just anything like that. But you can't. I'm stuck. I'm not stuck. I could travel with her, but I don't want to. No offense. Like I think I do better away from her.
Okay.
The running joke is the less I watch, the better she does. Like she had last year it was last year when she had like the high game at the U.S. Open. She shot like 289 the last game or whatever. I was cooking with 13 people on my deck. And they're giving me updates while I'm in the kitchen cutting brisket up. They're like, just stay in there. She's got the front 8. Like, oh, she's got the front 9. Stay away. I didn't even get to see it. I had to watch a replay of it. So I don't know. I try.
Yeah. And you say you like being home, but give us a little insight into, the life of a PWBA spouse. There's some responsibility that falls on you if she's away, right?
Some. There's a lot. It honestly, it's awesome, but it is a ton. Like we're so busy that Rylan and I find something to do no matter what. So like last year, Rylan went to the YMCA camp every day for 10 weeks. She wanted to go to these camps. So like, fine. So I drop her off at 7. Guess who's at the golf course at 7:30? Pick her up at 4 o'clock. And guess what? We go back to the golf course because Rylan wants to play golf. I did that for 10 weeks. And as fun as it sounds, man, it's draining because you're driving, you're picking up, then you're going back. And then, there's dinner. Got to try to keep the house clean. Oh, you got to do laundry. The adult things that everybody has to do. Yeah. But when you're used to having the wife around, which, like I said, she's a saint. She has a little halo, all the angel things, whatever. She loves to do that shit. Like that's her thing. Because she gets mad at me and then she starts cleaning, and I'm like, great. I made her mad enough to clean. Now the house will be great. Mm-hmm. But the reality is, like, so this year, Rylan, I asked her, I go, do you want to do the YMCA camps or do you want to play more golf with Dad? And this little girl is obsessed with golf, which cool. She's at golf camp 2 days a week. Now we had a third day. And that's in the evening. If she's home with me, we're playing golf and then we go fishing. And then, we try to take care of the house. Like, Rylan, you got to clean up your stuff. Because she, is an 8-year-old. She doesn't like to clean.
Sure.
So she goes and cleans, or, we go and visit grandma. We go and visit some of her friends. We met some friends and now we go swimming. Like being at home is cool. But at the same time, like, again, I joked with the roomies thing. Like, you become roommates knowing that at the same time, like, your wife is out doing what she wants to do. She's chasing a dream. You can't say no to that. Like, as the husband, I'm not allowed to say, no, honey, don't go chase your dream. Like, and then people are like, well, I have a text from her sister that said, well, if you wanted to go chase your PGA Tour dream, she'd let you. And I just laughed. I'm like, no, she would not. There's a big difference between being a professional bowler and a professional golfer. I could be a professional bowler right now, pay my money, and guess what? I'm professional. Yay. Like, it's not the same.
Yeah.
But the life is great. You know, I mean, she checks in, she calls. Her roommates are always fun. Everybody loves Rylan. Like, I don't know. We did something right with our daughter that she loves everybody. Like, she cried when Crystal Elliott lost the other night in tears in my truck.
Really? Wow.
Like, she covered herself up. She's like, Auntie Crystal lost, and I'm sad. I'm like, when EJ loses on TV, it's over. Like, meltdowns. She can't stand watching them lose. And I'm like, wait, your mother lost? Aren't you sad? Well, yeah, I'm sad too, but Auntie, you know, an 8-year-old's brain doesn't function correctly sometimes. But then Melanie started this Patreon thing where she's like, you should put your thoughts out there. And I'm like, so you want to get divorced? Is that what you're asking for? Because if I really put my thoughts out there on paper, you're not going to like them. So I try to keep them tame.
Yeah.
We bought a GoPro. I was gonna live stream stuff, but my stupid brain didn't realize that 80% of the tour is during school year when I'm busy. Right? You know, May. It's funny that she has to go out in May because I swear to God, I don't know what happened in May. It just ended up being June.
Yeah.
Because the end of the school year is a nightmare for me. So it's drop Rylan off, go work, get Rylan, finish up schoolwork, because I have legal paperwork that has to be done and turned in before my seniors leave or before the end of the school year. Like,
sure.
And it's constant. Oh yeah, and doing my master's program. So, yeah, you got to finish that up too. Like, it's just constant busy.
Sure.
So when you have one less adult in the room, there's a reason I drink.
All right. Steve says, longtime friend of Ryan and Melanie, and no any longer, I would say Ryan puts up with more antics.
Yeah. So Steve is AKA Krusty.
Okay.
Known him forever. She's known him forever, yada, yada.
Yeah.
I mean, I put up with a lot, right? I mean, she tries to give me the business and it'll be fine. We'll go here. We'll do this. Everything will be okay. Like, we were supposed to go to Disney. And I just looked at it. I'm like, how the hell are we going to go to Disney? Yeah. Like, you were out on tour all year. Like, costs money. Disney's $30,000 nowadays. I don't even know. That's a number. I think it's like 10. I think we looked at it was like 10 grand. I'm like,
I think you'd be fine with 30,000. That'd be good.
Yeah. I'm like, how are we going to do this? I'm like, if you go win a title, sure. And she's like, I'm going to win a title.
Yeah.
If we followed anything so far this year, we have not won a title.
Okay.
Well, she has not won a title yet.
Yeah.
Like, I would love nothing more for my wife to win a title, and not because the money's great, just so I can finally say, "Are you done yet?" Which we all know, it's once she wins the title, there's no chance it's done then, right? Like, oh, I'm chasing the dream of being a tour champion. I'm going to be a title holder. We know she's going to continue, which fine, whatever, man. Do your thing. Enjoy bowling.
Yeah. All right. So Jay says he also cries when EJ loses. And Hosan brings up a good point here. What will happen if Melanie bowls against Crystal?
You'd have to ask Rylan.
Yeah.
That's a great question, though. And I have no idea what she would say.
That's a good question. She says that Rylan will pick Crystal in a heartbeat.
I really think so. Truly, that's the response, because she's kind of obsessed. Again, when like Melanie gets some roommates, all the women do, right? They always got roommates, or they, when they fly in, like, I forgot what she was telling me. Somebody was trying to fly into Wisconsin for next week, and it was like $900 more for them to fly in there than it would be to go to Chicago and then come spend the night with us. I'm like, and have them spend the night with us.
Yeah.
Like, save money where you can, because let's be clear, there was a $60,000 prize won on Tuesday, but I make more than that. Like, granted, New Wave Finn has won a lot more titles and stuff, but if, say, Melanie won the 60 grand, okay, you can't retire on that. You can't stop working. You still have bills to pay. So save money when you can. And they're all so nice to Rylan. I don't know. Love it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good point. Brian says, when does EJ ever lose? So she's not crying too much about that.
She's not a fan of Andrew Anderson.
No?
I'll tell you that right now. Rylan is not a fan of Andrew. Not a fan. Because EJ is 0-3.
Okay. Yeah. Well, he's had a tremendous season, probably the best of his career.
No, Rylan got to meet him. She got her picture taken and everything. Like she was she has no fear, right? Like I'm over here like I think EJ is fun to watch. I love the guy. I want to play golf with him. Yada yada. I've met Zach was at my house. Like no big deal. But like to walk up to EJ and be like, hey, can I get your autograph? No, I'm not doing that. But Rylan, like while he's bowling, like walks up and is like, high five, man, great game. Like, oh my God, I want that.
No fear. Yeah.
None.
All right. So Hosan says, we took all the money already this year. Everybody better save better. And EJ beat Andrew for the US Open, though. Yeah, there is.
That's true. So maybe he's won in whatever. I don't know their records. I just watch it.
But yeah, he did lose a couple big matches to Andrew, that's for sure. Melanie says, Hosan, she's giving us all a chance in Green Bay. That's true.
Yeah, because they're all leaving, right? They all have to like go home and then they have to come back. Like, oh, that's such a. I don't know how that works because I'm not the government.
Yeah,
but that is true.
Yeah, for sure.
A couple extra checks available.
Yeah.
Come on, Melanie, make it happen.
There you go. Oh, Jay says 1-3 versus Andrew Anderson. So
there you go, 1-3.
There you go. Yeah. So tell me how this kind of goes on for the rest of the season. There's really only a couple more events after Green Bay. You've got the Lucy, which, as we know, she's competing in, and then the Tour Finals. And, then what? What happens then?
As soon as Tour Finals are over, she starts coaching college again.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know when Governor State will start. I know I start school August, like the third week of August, but of course I have golf tryouts. Like when she's in New York, I'm actually doing my end of the summer golf trip. So I'm going to Iowa, which I've done it the last 4 years. It's great. But then I start golf tryouts that week before. And then obviously I'm coaching golf until the middle of October, and then end of October is bowling season. So I'm busy, and then she starts with her coaching, and I'm sure I don't know what she does to prepare for tour. I know she'll take some time off and she'll bowl league. I'm sure we'll bowl all the local events when we can. But then, come January, February, it'll be back to tour season is getting ready. I gotta practice. I'm not a practicer. I don't even practice golf. Tie me to the golf course. Let me go play around. Let me go bowl a tournament. I don't need to sit and practice 10 pins and practice this and that. It's not for me.
Yeah.
It's just not who I am. But for her, that's what she'll do.
Yeah.
Hopefully, let's cross our fingers. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, she cashes in Ashwaubenon.
Mm-hmm.
Her and Jeffrey bowl really good at the Lucy, because I'm gonna, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna slip him some 20s or 50s if I have to, strike more, bro, carry her a little bit.
Yep.
And then in the Tour Finals is New York, which is where her family's from New York. So I'm hoping, I don't know if some of her family's gonna come watch, but I hope that's helpful for her. It's always nice to see family, and if they don't come, well, she knows we're watching back home.
Yeah, for sure. Hosan says he will see we at the end of the month at the HK Open.
Nice.
Better heal for her knees, and Melanie says, yeah, hopefully no surgery.
Yeah, knee stuff, knee pain.
It's not good.
Yeah, not what I would want to be dealing with. Nope. I dealt with back pain for 2 weeks. I didn't get to golf for 2 weeks, and I was miserable. Couldn't even bowl. I wanted to go bowling because it was, when you have the pain and you can't do stuff, you want to go do the things and prove your mind that, I can do that.
Sure.
But yeah. So injuries are no fun.
No, not at all. Brian says she will be defending her title here in Wisconsin with Skylar Petts and Mason. That must be the
adult youth thing.
Yeah, junior. Shannon Lubinsky's tournament.
I think it's a different one. You're talking about the Hall of Fame thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think they bowled something else. I don't remember. I know Brian had asked Melanie to go bowl, and she shot like 7 something. I don't know. And I gave Brian a hard time. I'm like, man, if you would have asked the better bowler, I would have shot 800. But, whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine. My services are available.
Yeah. Yeah. 2 coaches in the house. Hey.
Yeah, wrong.
Much better than that. Okay, so Carly wants to know where the real star, Miss Rylan, is, and she says she's watching on YouTube.
Shocker.
That's great.
Sitting in the house.
Yeah. And Jay says, remember that season Walter Ray went perfect 575 for 575 on single pin conversions. Wow. I guess I didn't realize that, but whew.
So I've watched him play horseshoes like in person. Yeah. It's pretty uncanny, like how good and accurate that guy is.
Yeah.
It's pretty insane.
Yeah, I've seen his horseshoe live streams a little bit,
and
the delivery is very similar.
It looks just like he's throwing a bowling ball. It's unreal. Like, really?
But
with all the and here's my favorite, like how terrible, and I use terrible in quotes, he throws it when compared to how a bowling ball should be thrown according to all the coaching things and all, like the head movement, the arm flailing everywhere. Like, okay.
Yeah. When the guy splits boards and
dude, it's like watching Liz Johnson.
Yeah.
Even now, God, hey Liz, go hit 7.5 board and boom. It's there.
Yeah. Yeah, they're fantastic.
Nowadays we teach hit this big of an area because that's what the two-handers have. And it's great for them. Congratulations. I've had to learn how to teach it, so I'm impressed with them.
Yeah. We have already gone over an hour here, and I don't want to keep you all night, but I do want you to take a look at this.
Let's go off the sheet. Challenge a bowler to appear on a future episode.
I would like to challenge MelMac.
I would say Diana Zavulova.
The better Russo, Lauren Russo.
We're looking for anyone who has a passion for the sport and a unique story to tell.
Okay, so Brian corrected me. It's the Gabe Savaglio Youth Memorial Tournament. So not the Junior Hall of Fame, but that's the one that she's defending her title in. Okay, you know the drill.
I do.
Melanie
I've been trying to think of who to do for this.
Yeah. Who do you think should be on?
So can I do 2? Because I don't know if you did one. So did you do Emil Williams?
I have not. We've kind of talked about it loosely, but he'd be fantastic.
Best commentator in the business. No offense to anybody else out there, because I don't know who sees this. He is hands down the best. So if you can get him. Okay. But somebody who you brought up tonight, I think would be amazing to talk with is Mike McClure. I would love to see Mike McClure on here because his brain is very intelligent. He loves bowling. He loves helping people. He's on the motive staff. He works in pro shops, and he's also some kind of nuclear engineer kind of guy. So,
okay.
Send him your way.
Neither of them have been on the show. And like I said, I've talked to Emil about it. He's been like, we should probably do that sometime. And we absolutely should. I mean, they're great.
There's another one in your chat. I see the Spicy Joe. And my thought was on Spicy Joe as well. His name is Joe Lickner.
Okay.
If you ever want to talk to somebody that'll make you laugh a little bit about bowling, Joe will definitely make you laugh. He is the Motive brand ambassador for this area.
Okay.
And he's my golf wife. So I have 2 wives. I have Melanie and Joe.
Okay. Well, there you go. I mean, it takes 3 strikes to get off the sheet, right? Joe.
There you go.
And Mike. So any of you guys, if you're interested in taking, RyMac up on his challenge, you know the drill. bowlingwiththefef@yahoo.com on email, or just find me on social. I'm all over the place to the chagrin of Mrs. Feff, but we're here to talk about your marriage and not mine. So,
if Emil was on the show, it'd be 3 hours. That's fine. We can listen to Emil talk forever. Emil's voice needs to he needs to say every word in the language. Mm-hmm. So years and years and years from now, when he passes, his voice can continue to help all the people in the world. He's like the Morgan Freeman of our generation.
Yeah. Of the bowling community. Yeah. No,
Yes.
he does a fantastic job in his live streams.
Yes, he does.
You know, I've seen him at tournaments and stuff like that. He's great.
And a genuine human being.
Yeah, seems like it. Yeah, for sure. So, next live stream coming up on Wednesday. This is an interesting fellow who is going to be coming on as the result of an off-the-sheet challenge. Frank Goebel is the secretary of the American Wheelchair Bowling Association. His name is familiar because episode 201 guest Joey Dayer named him as his off-the-sheet challenge. Also a military veteran, a longtime bowler. He's competed at many different levels of the sport, and now he's about to travel to a tournament states away to compete. And along the way, he will join us June 25th, 7 p.m. Central. It'll be good to have Frank on. But Ryan, thank you so much. I know Rocky said this hour went super fast, and I mean, that means it was good, right?
I loved it. This was great. You ever need anybody again? Nobody wants to come on? Hit me up.
Yeah. No, I'll
come back.
With that. Yeah. And everybody says when I do the off the sheet challenge, oh, I don't know who you've had on. Chances are, by the time you challenge them, there will be so much to say between then and
there's always something new, right? I mean, we can talk this and that. You know, life goes so fast. What Ferris Bueller, right? If you blink, you're gonna miss it. Like,
yeah.
So whenever you need somebody, let me know. All right.
Awesome. Really appreciate it. Thank you for joining us, and thanks to all of you who are joining live. I mean, it's great to have the interactivity, as you've seen with Melanie here, and it was a pleasure for me to watch. So everyone, hope to see you on Wednesday. Till then, have a great week.
Thank you for watching Bowling with the Fef. Pound the like button and subscribe button. It's the easiest way to support the channel, and it's free. Bowling with the Fef is brought to you by Chip Magnet. Raise your snack standards.
Jerry's Score More Bowling Supply inside Wagner's Lane. So Eau Claire, Wisconsin area's leader in bowling products and services since 1988. And Visionary Video Hub. Video with impact.
Email bowlingwiththefef@yahoo.com with questions or to appear on the show. You can also reach out on your favorite social media platform.